Welcome to CBTHost.com, the ultimate quiz platform for education, which actually help in creating an engaging quiz among instructors and students. So we're going to actually learn on how to use the software. Software is very easy to use. Let's create an online quiz first, before we'll later create an offline quiz. And I'm going to show you guys how the online quiz actually work in. Let's wait until the sound bad. So once you want to log in, you have two options. Either you use your email and your password, or use your Google to actually authenticate and actually log in as a student, as an instructor, or as a student that is participating to actually participate in a test. So in case your instructor actually give you your test your test passcode, you can use your test passcode here. So the system will actually validate your test passcode. I actually want to view your scores or your dashboard. As if they want to log in and see your dashboard, you can actually log in from here directly. But now let's start with the instructor. So as an instructor, let's log in using Gmail. Now I have logged in successfully. You have two options here. You have to create a new test or to participate in a test. So to participate in a test is just that one is meant for students. So let's click on create a test. So these are my previous tests actually created. So I can actually delete the test or edit it, or I can actually update some stuff about the test. So now let's create a new test and name it general quiz. Let's actually publish the test. And let's give the test a duration, and let's make it open access and not filter. There are difference between open access and filter access. Open access that anybody with the test passcode can actually write the test, and the filter access maybe you actually want to run validation before the student write the test. That's when you use filter access. When you actually have the list of students that are actually going to write the test, so you can actually type in MS Word and in Excel, using Excel, and import it to the system. So we have template for both all this stuff. So the template is actually listed on the home page. I'm going to show you guys the link to the template. Now let's apply, and let's give this guy 3,600 seconds. So our time is actually measured in seconds. So if you have your time in minutes, you convert your time in minutes to seconds and put it. So the system actually dictates that and adjust it. So our quiz is created successfully. You can see it. General quiz published. Now let's actually add questions. So once you have created your test, you have two options to add questions. It's either you create the question manually on the system. You can type, then put your status, either the question is published or draft. Maybe you don't want students to see the question, then you actually put it in draft, so nobody is actually going to see it. And you can also put your score. And this is actually a rich test editor. Actually support both math equation, chemistry equation, any kind of equation. You want to put image, so the system is smart enough to actually accept image. So now I don't actually want to type, I want to import questions. So I have format that is being allowed for importation. Once you click on this link, you actually see the format being allowed for importation of questions. Now let me actually import the question I have. Name of my question I type is test. Now let's import. Let's process the file so I can actually preview what we want to import before we import it finally. Let's preview it. You can see we have this. So these are the right option actually tick in green. So let's just confirm it and actually insert it. So any kind of format of question you type in your MS Word, so the system is being smart enough, whether it's table, image, system is smart enough to accept it and process it. Let's confirm the upload. Questions inserted successfully. Let's give it a small time so the questions can actually come up. Now the question has actually come up successfully. You can see. So you can view your question here directly. Or if you want to actually edit your question, you also have chance to also edit your question. Let's wait. Sorry, my network is somehow bad. Okay, yeah, the questions has come up already. So once you try to edit the question and the question didn't actually come up on time, so it's due to network issue. Maybe there is too much load on the server, but now the question actually come up. So you can add more options. Is that regular or correct? And you can actually update it. You can also update the mark. Now let's go back to the question. So since we didn't actually type our question manually, it was from the MS Word actually imported it. Let's wait. Give it a little bit more time. My network is bad. Yeah, my network is back now normal. So now I have imported the question successfully. So the system is very easy to use now. Our main goal now is student to actually write the test. So let's share the test information for the student to write the test. Let me explain most of the tools here in the. Let me explain them. This import is used for importing a student for filter access. Once you click on import, you take the page you actually import. With the format of Excel sheet, it will actually tell you there. Then for export questions is actually meant for offline exam. Maybe you want to write exam offline, so you can actually export your questions. Now let's export this question because we're actually going to use it in this video. Let's wait. Yes, exported successfully. Let's continue our test. So you can actually view the result from here. Maybe once your student has finished writing the test, and you can just come and click on view result. And once your student actually finished writing the test, you can still go back to the main home page and click on that update and actually update the test from being published to green draft, so that nobody will actually be writing the test again. So you have to just log the test. And maybe you want to share the link, you want to share it, you can actually click on here. You want to share the test, you can actually print this page or save it as PDF. Click on print. So you can send the link to the student. You can send it to the student and then scan and actually write the test. Or you still have another option. And just click on share CBT. You can give them the passcode directly, or you can just copy the link. For easy, just copy the link and give them. So we are going to actually write the test as a student. Let me log out. Let me log in again with another email different as a student. Okay, and let me paste that other link that I copied. Let me paste it on my browser so that I can just click on start test. Let's wait. So once you click on start test, so if the test code is actually valid, the system will tell you that yes, the test code is valid. If it's not valid, it will tell you that the test code is not actually valid. So you have to log in now as a student. Is that use your password, or you actually use you can also use your Google to log in. Now let me use my Google login because I want to use another email else to log in. Let me log in with this email. So once you click on login, if you just take you to the test to the page, you can actually write the test directly. So if it is a filter test, that means if it's a private test, so you actually need your test ID from your instructor. So you have to clean this, but this is not actually a filter test. If it's a filter test, you clean, but this is not actually a filter test. So let's refresh our page so I will get back email. So by default, the test ID is your email, but in situation that your instructor say you should use your student ID, maybe your matric number, so you need to clean it and actually write your matric number so that the system will actually validate it if in case your instructor actually imported the matric number. But if you didn't import it, don't worry, just use your email as your test ID. And by default, your test info is your name. Now let's click on start test. Now let's wait, the question is actually loading. Wow, now the interface has actually loaded successfully. This is our time. We have 59 minutes. So now we can actually start answering our questions. What's the capital of France? Paris. Let us answer the questions randomly because we don't actually have time. So the system actually also allow the student to write essay. Maybe you have essay, you can allow them to type essay. You can actually give them a box to type the essay. So it actually accept all kind of questions format. Issue 2. The last question. Yes, I think we are done with the test successfully. So by default, the timer is actually working. If you have exhausted your time, if it happens that the instructor actually set time, the test will submit automatically. Now we didn't actually exhausted our time, but we want to submit because we are done. We actually want to submit the test. Let's submit. Now automatically graded successfully. Your multi-choice questions have been instantly graded by the system. So by default, if it was OBJ, you actually answered. multi-choice, the system will actually grade you directly automatically. But if it happens that it was essay you actually answered, so it will actually require manual evaluation by your instructor. Now let's return to our dashboard. So you can see these are tests, these are test info, and these are test ID, and these are our score.
Nothing.
I think for this video we are done. Maybe as a student from the dashboard you actually want to write a test, you can actually click on here. Maybe you have the CBT passcode, then you type the CBT passcode and join the test. Thank you very much for watching my video. I'm actually going to do a video on the offline software, and for the students, sorry, I actually forgot to tell you guys something. So you can actually still use our mobile app to actually write your test. Let's try to write a test.
Just leave now.
So you can use, if you are using your mobile browser,
actually it's late already.
you can use our Android app to actually write your test. So once you click on this link, if you don't have the app on your phone, it will actually direct you to the page where you can actually download the app. So you can just have the app on your phone, maybe as a student, so you can actually write tests easily. But if you're actually using a PC, so you just use the link to actually write the test. Thank you very much for watching my video.